humans aren't born out of laying around on their asses. We've been born out of conquering a world. We're the dominant species. We built all this. We're powerful and we're beautiful and we're ready to build the next level of civilization in God's plan. But you must stop bowing to those who want to make you a victim. You must become the victor. If you love God and you want to build a pro-human future, then you are an enemy of the New World Order and Satanism. They want us shut down because we have the Spirit. I'm jacked into the source. I know the secret, and I want to see you empowered. But you have to believe in yourself first. This is the truth, and everyone knows it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Asmongold had his return stream, and already there is a stream of content coming up on YouTube. It's good to see Asmongold's editor back. One of the best in the business by far. I'm not just blowing smoke up his ass. I think his editor is just generally and genuinely the best to do it. Now, what I will say is that Asmon had a lot of really interesting content to cover. And his return went about as I would expect. Where people, I don't know why, but they were expecting this like grand transformation. And I noticed this a lot. Asmongold apologized for one thing that he did that he thought was wrong. I didn't think it was wrong. A lot of other people didn't think it was wrong. And here's the deal. Asmon's never going to watch this video, but there is a lot that he said that I did disagree with. And the way that he framed it. First of all, Asmon, you're completely and totally wrong about the eating the cats thing. This, your opinion, your thing about, well, if they gave them money, they wouldn't eat that, has been debunked by other people who are way more knowledgeable about this. That it's not about money. It's about culture, and it is real, and the goose thing is real. And so either you're delusional or you just don't want to talk about it, you don't want to admit it, whatever. That's beside the point, but the fact is that you're totally and completely wrong about that. Your audience tried to explain it to you, but you shut it down quickly and said this is beneath me, which it kind of is at this point, but it doesn't change the fact that it was true. Anyway, Asmon then went on a couple different tirades where he was talking about the people that were critical of him apologizing, and he basically reduced it down to, well, these people are only doing this because I thought that it was a political win. Asmon, I'm sure that you didn't see the videos that I did. I actually linked you one in your DM, which you didn't get back to me because I'm not a huge streamer. You would get back to somebody like Hassan, who's a genuinely evil, detestable, terrorist-supporting piece of shit. But small streamers, I understand that we are a step below that. We are... who the fuck cares? Oh, your subscriber count isn't that high? Yeah, it is the way it is. It's the way of the world. If your subscriber count doesn't reach a certain threshold, like, for example, you can be an absolute mongoloid like Sneeko. But Sneeko has viewership, he gets eyeballs on his content. So, you respond to him, no matter who you are, whether you're Aiden Ross or Hassan or even Moist Critical. But that is the way of the content creation world. But I sent Asmongold a video. And I'd hoped that he would watch it because it was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comments. I got hundreds of comments on this. And the reason that people were upset was not based on anything as trivial as political allegiance. It was... Well, first of all, they were disappointed because you didn't do anything wrong. And in that video, you came across as though not only did you do everything wrong in that video, but that you had done things wrong in the past. So you would basically set yourself up as all of my recent opinions are wrong, which is why, Asmon, all of the people jumped out on the left to say, oh, well, Asmon didn't mean his apology because he said he's going to react to, like, DEI and all that other stuff. He's going to react to Dragon Age, the Veil Guard, and stuff like that. See, they thought that it was a total transformation, that you were going to toe the line. That's why they thought that. But the majority of people in my comment section, and I, again, got hundreds of comments. I did a video going through all of them. Well, not all of them, most of them. It was a long video. I did my best, but after like 40 minutes, I tapped out. But there were a lot of comments, and people were upset because they felt that not only did you not do anything wrong, but you yourself said that apologies are useless and that you don't apologize to these people. You don't apologize to them. That what you do is that you show that you've changed by your actions. That's something that you yourself have said, and people were disappointed because you didn't do that. They felt that when push came to shove, you did what you accuse everyone else of doing as wrong. So that's really why they were upset. It wasn't anything related to politics so much. You know, I didn't look at that and go, wow, that's a huge political loss. I just looked at it as a loss. Like, that's an L for Asmon because he apologized for something he shouldn't apologize for, and then went on to basically, flog himself. Now, what I will say is I'm glad that Asmon is in a much better headspace. He seems to be doing well. He's cleaned up part of his house. Still has a long way to go. And he said that he's rediscovered things that he loves, like being outside and, working out outside and playing. And yeah, that's great. That's absolutely great. Discovering more and more things away from the computer, that's fantastic. He threw in a thing about, hating. I hate religious extremism. First of all, we in this country need a little bit more religious extremism from the Christians. We need a little bit more zealotry. We need a little bit more people who are for the cause. I actually think one of the main problems we're facing in this country is that there isn't enough people that are willing to live by the tenets of the Bible. They want to do this. They want to do this buffet Christianity. Like, I like that. I like that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Jesus will forgive me. One of the things that people are talking about are these women who go out in their 18-year and 19-year and 20-year and 21st year and all the way up through the 30s and are just completely and totally promiscuous and have, I'm going to do 100 guys in a night. I'm going to do 100 guys in a night, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to upload it on the internet. And then they have this realization that, wait a minute, I'm like 35. None of these guys want me. Oh, I want to get married. And then they'll do this conversion to Christianity, and the version of Christianity that they're adhering to. Yeah. No, we need more Christianity. And by the way, what's interesting? People like Asmongold hate Christianity. They hate, faith, pretty much. But what I would say is, things were better. When you go back, things were better the stronger that faith was in this country. So you look back at the 80s and 90s where technology was reaching a certain point, and there was a faith. You were allowed to be a Christian. You were allowed to talk about your faith openly. And then all of a sudden, in the late 90s, and we start getting into the 2000s and the 2010s, things just start to devolve as faith is more and more eroded, as people turn away from God. I'm not going to have this be an entire sermon. I'm just saying, there's a reason why, the 70s and the 80s, there's a reason why people look at those times more fondly than they do now. The entertainment was better. The creativity was better. That was, in many ways, our Renaissance. And now we're living through the Dark Ages. We're living through just the bleakest of times. So hopefully Donald Trump can do something about it. But anyway, Asmon did a lot of different videos. One of which was about him cleaning his room.
Like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah. I've been fine. Like, I've been so good. I've been relaxed, man. Like, I've been sitting around playing video games, fucking around. I cleaned up pretty much half of my whole fucking house. The only reason I couldn't do the other half is there's so much fucking garbage in the house. I don't know where to put everything. So I posted a couple of pictures in my on my Twitter. Let me see if I can find some of it right here. So I posted. This was my kitchen
Ugh.
before the situation.
Oh God.
So basically, I had
Oh.
yeah, this is what happened, and kitchen was pretty dirty. I thought it was pretty dirty, and I sent this to someone, and this is what it looks like now. I sent this to someone, and you know what they said? They said your sink was white. They didn't even know. They had no idea. They didn't even know what color my sink was. And so yeah, so I cleaned up my whole kitchen, and basically for the first 10 days of my suspension, I probably spent 5 hours on the computer total across all those 10 days. Like back in the day,
Good.
you guys, this is like way before anybody. I was making content like on the internet because it was like in 2004, 2002, right? I used to spend 8 hours playing video games. I used to spend 8 hours being outside, active, physical, running around, doing crazy shit. And I used to spend 8 hours sleeping, right? Like, that was my life. And I would be outside, like, building forts, like, going out into the woods, like, doing stuff all the time. And, like, then World of Warcraft came out. And at that point, that 8 hours turned into 16 hours. And the 8 hours from going outside turned into 0.
Yeah.
And so, see what happens, right? Are you still a bad person? Yeah, but I'll do a better job at hiding it. Anyway, so the point is that I went through and I was like, okay, well, what else am I level to fully clean my house? So we'll probably have to do something like that. My house, this entire fucking thing is because I was going through mail.
He was watching
like
Shy
4
Lily.
years. Like, this is like, bank statements from 2020. You gotta maintain it though. Maintaining it is super easy. Okay? And if you don't believe me, you can look at my car right now. My car is fucking spotless. There is nothing in my car.
Boy.
There is no garbage in my car. You can ask anybody who's been in my car. I never have problems at all in my car. And so, like, this entire, like, this table was, like, full of garbage. There was, like, I think there was, like, a rat that came in from the ceiling, and it fell down on the table, and it got a bunch of dirt there. And so now everything's totally clean and everything like that. Some people were looking at this right here. I do want to address something. There are people looking at this right here and thinking to themselves, wow, this is green. Asmon really is changing his life. He's eating vegetables, right?
It's a bakery.
Like lettuce or something like that. I'm sorry.
It's
to
his
disappoint,
bakery.
But this is actually cake frosting on a cookie cake
Yeah.
that I bought for myself personally. It was a Halloween cookie cake. I bought it at the grocery store for just myself, and I've been eating it myself. Now, I have been punished for that. I decided, I thought it would be a good idea. I ate 25 cookies in 24 hours.
Oh, God.
And then I threw up somehow 28 cookies in the next 2 hours. And so...
Oh, man.
Crazy situation there. Yeah, I know. It was a lot, right? The old that we have, like, VHS tapes. It's crazy. And I still had a receipt like this, and it was inside a drawer. That's why it didn't get damaged or anything like that. And so Nick posts this tweet, and he did some like partnership with Kamala Harris or something like that. And I saw Nick getting like a bunch of hate for it. And I was like, oh, okay, I know what to do, right? I'm gonna post something funny so that way everybody talks about my thing instead of Nick's thing. And so I'm like, okay, good.
No.
And so I post this receipt. Fucking everybody starts talking about this, and they start taking it super seriously. Where they're like, back whenever Trump is gonna make chicken free whenever he's back.
Well, you can make fun of the Trump supporters. You can make fun of their accent, but the reality is that you're a millionaire, so I understand that you're not like super extravagant, but you have to think about it in terms of compounding. So under Trump, gas in my area was, I think it was about, when he left, I think it was about $1. Let's be generous. It was $1.75, I believe. And I have rewards with that place, so I can get like discounts. So my gas was ridiculously cheap. The food costs were higher, but when I went to the store, like fast food prices were higher. But when I went to the store, things were still cheaper than they are now. So accumulatively, it actually does matter. And Trump will get prices lower. That's not glazing his asshole, that's a reality. And the reason why it's a reality is because Trump is going to drill baby drill. He's going to do all the the stuff with energy. When energy costs are lower and people have more money to spend, I gotta say, I think that there's something to that. Now, is he gonna make it free? No. But I do think prices are gonna go down in the next couple of years. Not to this degree, probably, but it is gonna go down. And so, yeah, that's probably what they're saying. They're probably using this as an example, but there's nothing wrong with using this as an example because food used to be a lot cheaper.
Like, what do you mean? And like, I thought this was just funny.
It is funny.
I thought it was fucking funny.
It is
but
funny.
Somehow people took this really seriously.
Well, Asman, it's like, dude, you're a millionaire. Money to you means nothing. Are you completely oblivious to the fact that there are people that don't have millions of dollars, that don't have abundance, and they're looking at everything that they buy go up? They go to the grocery store and the prices are astronomical. They look at the gas and the gas is astronomical. They go to fast food and it's a luxury. Donald Trump Jr. was talking about this. He said, when I go to McDonald's and I get sticker shock, you know that things are bad. So people are serious about this because this is their finances. This is their livelihood. They're looking at this like, yeah, look at what the cost used to be. And Asman takes it as a joke because he's filthy rich. He's not just filthy, he's filthy rich. And so for him, I guess it would be unfair to expect him to really appreciate the fact that that does matter to people. Being able to go and get an affordable meal at McDonald's or Burger King or KFC, that is an important thing to a lot of people.
But I found a lot of these relics of the past, right? Are they calling you a sellout? No, it was about people were unhappy about Nick doing that. I don't know. This isn't a KFC sponsorship. AOE taunted them. I did. Well, because like the way I look at it is that it's always better in my mind for other people to get the hate, for me to get the hate instead of other people that are my friends. Because like I'm not going to do like a Batman thing, right? I can take it. I can deal with it. It's not a big deal.
Dude, you a couple of days ago, you literally did like a tear-filled apology that you were like, I've been such a bad person. I mean, like, I can take it. I can take it, Asman. I don't think you can. I'm not being rude. I'm just saying. I don't think you can take it as well as maybe people once thought that you could. But I could, because I'm never going to apologize. I think that's ridiculous, especially in a situation like that.
So it's like, I know that it negatively affects a lot of other people. So I think to myself, okay, well, I can deal with this myself. I'm the Lich King, right? Exactly. And so that's my mindset on it. And anyway, so yes, that's, there was $3 to get food on KFC back then, which was crazy to think. It was insane. And so anyway, Medium, yeah, exactly, on Twitter, Jesus. Yes, I've died for apparently everybody else's sins on Twitch. And so anyway, this is a box for like Imaru, and like this is some other box. Like and these are, I'm giving this stuff away to like Salvation Army or something like that. And so like a lot of the things that you still see here are just like in transit. But like everything for all intents and purposes is clean. Right? Like, everything's done. Like, I'll vacuum it eventually, right? But otherwise, it's pretty much done. So, yeah.
Damn.
And,
looks like you got a lot of work.
Man. Vacuum? Yeah, sure. And the reason why is, like, I don't like talking about problems that I have because I think that that's like, it's like emotional masturbation, and I would rather only talk about them after they've been resolved or but you know, Nick and S-Fan and Emaru and Miz, right? Everybody, they've been totally on my side. They've been really
Good.
supportive. Will reached out to me, right? What a great guy. And so I have nothing but positivity, but I've got to tell you guys that my involvement, like, I had too many things going on in my life, and it was driving me fucking insane. It was, like, legitimately ruining my life. Like, I had no time for myself. I was constantly stressed out. I had so many things going on, and I couldn't think about anything. I like, and for my mindset, it's always, like, just always keep going. Always keep going. It doesn't matter, like, if something bad happens, just keep dealing with it. You know, like I never miss a day for stream, right? And to be fair, I want to let you guys know. So, the day that I got banned, I was driving home to get, I probably shouldn't say this, but I was checking my phone and driving, and I saw on Discord, somebody said, oh, I saw the suspension. I was like, and I remember thinking, like, oh, I got suspended, and you know what I fucking felt like? I felt like Frodo at the end of Lord of the Rings. Whenever the ring's destroyed, I'm like, fine, it's over, right? Like, I'm fucking released. And so, I did, I'm free. Yes, it's done. And so, anyway, so I'm doing that, and I, like, keep that in mind. So my responsibilities, yeah, I mean, of course, I'll be, like, 3 years, go, like, person, go like this, right? It would be, like, everything is, like, it's going like this, and then I take a break, and then it goes back up, and then I take a break, and then it goes back up, right? Because I'm the kind of person, I'm a very socially maladjusted person. And because I'm such a socially maladjusted person, whenever I'm around people for long enough, I basically turn into the worst version of myself possible. And I've been spending 3 years devolving into that. And the reason I put out the video and the apology is, like, yeah, obviously, like, you know, bad vocabulary, shouldn't have said what I said about the Palestine thing. It was a bad way to say it, right? I mean, not in a way, like, obviously, like, terrorists are bad, but to say everybody there is a terrorist, everybody there is bad, that's just, you shouldn't say that. It's a wrong thing to say. And the truth is that, like, if you read the TOS, the way I said, it's bad phrasing. Yeah, it was bad phrasing. You read the TOS, I broke the TOS, I got suspended. That's fair. It is, it's fair. It's generalizing. No, it's generalizing, and the funny thing is I've spoken against that many times. I did it myself, and thank God I did that, because it gave me a chance to actually sit down and think about what am I doing with my fucking life.
I'm Greg.
I'm Gavin. We're the founders of Magic Spoon.
We grew up loving cereal, but realized we were eating.
What the fuck am I doing? And so I sit there and I'm thinking about myself, don't be a coward. No, the thing is, like, so a lot of people said...
You can go watch the rest of the video if you want, but that gives you a general flavor of what it was. And he went on for hours doing that. I'm glad that he's back. It's going to be far more interesting. I disagree with him on a number of things. I always have, but I still maintain he shouldn't have been banned. I still don't think he should have apologized, but that's his own personal journey, I guess. You know, that's what he ultimately came to. It's not what I would have done, but we can each do only what's in our heart, I guess, or at least what's expedient. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, yes, the Goblin King Asmongold has returned. A little less putrid, a little cleaner. Maybe I'll superimpose Asmongold's face on Mr. Clean. That might be funny. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.